Hey, Eric Edwards here with Livingston Parish Tourism with Assistant Director Jonathan Taylor,
JT.
better known as JT. We're on one of our many beautiful rivers this morning. I want to give special thanks to Action 17 and also Kent with Gator Tracks for supplying us with transportation. We decided to do a segment on Livingston Parish waterways, the miles of waterways that we have, and of course take you in some places that most people have not seen, get a little bit of variance from the larger rivers, and of course hopefully see some wildlife and tell you a little bit about the history of these waterways and the economic impact of them. JT, tell us a little bit about some of the fairs and festivals and things that we have on the waterways.
Well, first of all, we have, a lot of people don't realize, we have over 400 miles of navigational waterways here in the parish. So we have 6 rivers, so a lot of fun down here on the river. Some of the things we have going on, just recently, the Tickfall 200, which has become the largest powerboat poker run in the nation. Boaters from all over the nation, California, New York, Texas, Oklahoma, Chicago, beautiful boats come down. We also have the Redneck Regatta, and that's on the other end of the spectrum. This is homemade boats. It's a lot of fun. You get to see people sink. They have boats made out of plastic bottles, cardboard, anything you could think of. It's lake bashes going on throughout the summer, bands out on the sandbars. They have a great time. Thousands of people out there having a good time. Garfish rodeos, fishing tournaments, just throughout the year. It's a sportsman's paradise, really, down here for guys and girls like to come have fun on the water, have fun with their friends, relax, enjoy, have a good time.
And of course, as JT mentioned, these festivals and events, they bring millions of dollars into Livingston Parish and also the neighboring parishes. And a lot of people originally had camps down here, and as we'll show you, some of these camps now are homes, or first homes. They were second homes. A lot of people have moved here in their retirement. A lot of people have moved here and now commute to Baton Rouge, New Orleans. They have what we call discovered the secret of Livingston Parish, its beauty, its waterways, and of course the water draws everybody to it. A couple of the other things we talk about, let's talk about some of the family events also that we have. The Christmas boat parades, which are quite unique, and of course the Mardi Gras boat parades right there on the Tickfall that bring in a lot of the family fun on that. And we talked a little bit about the Alligator Gar Rodeo. That's the 2 of the places, Black Lake and Blind River Bar. They both have weigh-ins. That has become even nationally known. People from other states come out here and try for the grand prize, and of course a lot of it is just having fun and bragging rights. And we'll talk to some of them probably down the road. I believe Joey Fontenot with Blood River Marina won it a couple of 3 years ago. I believe it's 2 years ago. And so a lot of those things are helping us to bring people into the parish, and that helps widespread economically. They eat in our restaurants. And of course, a little bit later on, we'll talk about some great places to stay in Livingston Parish. And of course our hotels, our RV parks are first class, many of those being new because this parish is really blooming out. And tell us about some of the new things that are coming in, Juban Crossing and some of the other places.
Juban Crossing, it's going on now. You know, they're on the move, should have some things open fall 2014. Great restaurants, shopping, academy, you have Walk-Ons and Zia's, just to name, Longhorn, Olive Garden, name a few. Also a large 14 screen movie theater. It's a dine-in movie theater where you could have drinks, eat, have a great time while watching a movie. I believe it's the first one in the state, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure there'll be some lines out the door the first couple of weeks to try to get in. A few other events also, the Fireman's Poker Run.
Poker runs are huge in this parish.
Poker runs are very big. Blessing of the Fleet. They come down and bless the boats. I think they have several hundred boats come down and do that. So there's just events, like Eric was saying, the economic impact. You have guys come in, you know, like we said for the Tickfall 200. We talked to a few guys this past Tickfall 200, and they were looking for a place to, you know, live down here, have a second home, you know, to come down and enjoy. They love the friendliness, all the people, nice people. That's what they say, you know. Sometimes it scares them how friendly we are, but that's how we do it down here in South Louisiana.
Right, and also if you go right there, everybody knows where Bass Pro is. It's one of the #1 producing franchise stores in the nation, in the world. Close to 1 million visitors came through here last year. #1 in fudge sales, which doesn't really surprise us. Boat sales,
tackle.
Of course, the smaller places that you can go and get tackle in Springfield and other places, Black Lake Club, Radcliffe's, of course, all of the other places dotted along these rivers. It's a lot of mom and pops, so you can go get live bait, fill your cooler up, get a biscuit sandwich. But over there by Bass Pro, anybody that's been there, JT, we've just seen a boom. We have Riverside Landing right now.
Yes.
It's fairly new. The Cavenders just put one of the largest stores that they have.
A couple hotel sites coming up there. By Sam's, also south of Bass Pro, we have another hotel in the works. So, you know, the tourism here in the parish, it's last year broke records, and we believe this year it's trending to break last year's record. So it's going very well. I think that's due to everyone working together: Sheriff's Department, Parish President's Office, Assessor's Office, us, the Chamber, everyone working together to make it a very nice place to come visit and have a great time.
Well, as we said, we're going to do a little bit of history. We're going to do a little bit of boating safety, and of course, you mentioned the Sheriff's Department, Wildlife and Fisheries. These guys keep us safe right there at the Tourism Center in Albany, off of the Albany Springfield exit. I believe that's exit 32 off of I-12. We have some Coast Guard has given us a lot of pamphlets on boater safety, etc. So we feel very blessed to have those enforcement agents, and a lot of times, you know, people say enforcement, but they're here to help everybody, and so we work closely with them. We've gotten into a couple of campaigns, boater safety, designated drivers for boater safety. You know, that's become a huge thing for us to push, and of course, knowing your boat. A lot of great boat dealerships. So blessed and wonderful to have Gator Tracks, which is now international of that nature, and obviously you'll be able to see this boat, but Kent was telling us it runs better in mud sometimes than it does on water. So we talk about the 400 nautical miles, JT. I've heard 600, and with this boat it's probably more like 800, because you can get up in people's ponds off of the sloughs and the bayous and the creeks, and just so many types of fish that you can catch. You can catch crabs in Lake Maurepas during certain seasons. A lot of commercial crab fishermen there, and of course
crawfishing.
You
have your catfish, brim, bass. Great place to fish. I mean, if you can't catch fish out here, you know, come see me and Eric. We might give you a few lessons.
That's right, and of course we have a few crawfish farmers now, and we eat very good down here. We'll talk about some of the restaurants. You'll see some of them that are helping to support tourism. And of course, we try to support all of our restaurants, especially the ones who are based right here and not really a franchise, but obviously you can eat and swim and boat and motorcycle and drive your way around Livingston Parish and never see all the beauty that the good Lord has given us right here.
We encourage everybody, not only visitors, we encourage local residents to get out and enjoy the things that we have here in the parish, and go explore the parish. It's great. Highway 22 going along the rivers, all the rivers, is a great place for motorcyclists to ride. Great restaurants along 22. So we just encourage everybody to come up down here. And also we have the Amite River that goes up through Denham Springs. We have tubing, tiki zip lining. That is a great place to go have a great time if you want to go down the river in an inner tube, or you want to fly through the sky on the zip lines. We have a Cajun Lagoon that is up 16 right by the Amite River. Inflatables, big inflatables. Kids love it. Go enjoy it. Have a good time with the family. A lot of great things here in the parish to do.
And of course, we don't want to forget about Tickfaw State Park. That's a whole different segment there, but just want to mention all of these things can be found on our website, livingstontourism.com, or visit livingstonparish.com. Livingston Tourism, we launched that last year.
We launched that about 6 months ago, so we encourage you to go on there. We also have Carter Plantation and Villas. That's, you know, a diamond in the rough right there. A beautiful place to go stay. Great prices. Play golf. You can go see our plantation home, Carter Plantation. So we encourage everybody, just get out for the weekend. Tickfall State Park, yes, it is in Livingston Parish. A lot of people think it's in Tangipahoa, but Tickfall State Park's a great place. Has a splash park for the kids. Go biking, hiking, birding. That's becoming big. The rivers are a great place to come down, take pictures of birds, several different species to come take pictures of. I didn't realize people were so passionate about that until I got in tourism, and they come by the office all the time and ask where they can go birding. And as Eric stated, at the office we have hundreds of pamphlets on the state tour guides. It's free to the public. Come in if you need any information on our parish or surrounding parishes. We have it there for you. Just come by, drink a cup of coffee, and come visit with us.
Ice cold water. You mentioned Carter Plantation. Of course, on the northern end we have Greystone. Both of those are world-class golfing that people have found out are right here in Livingston Parish. Greystone is going through a large expansion also, a new clubhouse. It's a kind of a challenging course. A lot of water, much like Carter Plantation. A lot of water.
And a lot of
sand, a lot of trees. You'll see some 200-year-old oak trees out there, and of course, you know, birds and squirrels and all kinds of things for your different golfing environment. And we don't want to forget about North Park. Has an unbelievable water park,
Aqua
Park. And so visit our website. All of those things, you can plan your 1, 2, 3 day vacation, get away with the kids. You don't have to go to New Orleans. You don't have to go to Gulf Shore. You can actually plan it here. We're here to help you. You can contact our office, email or telephone number 225-567-7899, and of course our webpage, livingstontourism.com.
And also to feed off that, the website, but also our social media. Keep up to date. Facebook, visit Livingston Parish. Also Twitter, visit Live Parish. Check us out. We do giveaways every month. This month we're doing a family of 4 giveaway package to Cajun Lagoon, a yearly package, 1-year package. So that's a great giveaway. We recently did Bayou Country Superfest, 2 tickets Bayou Country Superfest, front row. So people really enjoy taking advantage of the giveaways we do. We also feature a restaurant every month on our website. We do coupons every month on our website, so it's a great resource.
All right, well, we're going to crank up and we're going to show you some of Blood River Marina and some of the beautiful real estate right along Blood River, and then we'll progress on to the Tickfall. JT and Eric Edwards and JT Taylor, again, right here in I guess the inner parts of the Blood River. We at the Blood River Marina, and talking about the Tickfall 200 a little bit, which is our largest event from as far as outside people.
Event.
And of course we talked about people from all over Canada, California, Texas, Alabama, all of those. And
all over the United States. I
this
mean,
place
they
is
came from all
transformed into almost a small Disneyland or Disney World with all the type of boats, $1 million boats. Some of them have $250,000 trailers that will tilt the boat on the other side, and it will just
beautiful.
do everything. So we every year that thing goes on for about a year. And right here is, of course, the marina the rest of the year, and lots of people stay here in their boats. They redo boats here. Wildlife and Fisheries and the Sheriff's Department, they have boats here to where they can react to any emergency or medical problems on the water. So right here in just south of Springfield, just north of Key in Louisiana. And of course they have a lot of other we started at the Highway 22, which is a public boat launch, but they have a lot of other private marinas around here too, and some of those you can find on our webpage, livingstontourism.com, and of course some of them you could probably just Google Livingston Parish.
Absolutely, you can find it. There were, this year at Tickfall 200, I believe there were 9 stops. They have them in Livingston Parish. They go across the lake to New Orleans, Covington, Madisonville, all over the place. So it's an economic impact, not only on Livingston Parish, but really all along Lake Pontchartrain, all the rivers down here.
St. Tammany, Tangipahoa has a
it's huge.
They fill up hotel rooms there. and of course Carter Plantation, the Tickfaw State Park. All of those are usually well in advance.
A year ahead of time. A lot of times
out.
people come a year ahead of time and they'll book it for the following year.
On that, but Mr. Joey Fontenot, Miss Kate Fontenot, and of course Jesse Ray, this is their place. It's called his Uncle Charlie. Albert built this several years ago.
And many people would know him as Crazy Charlie.
Crazy Charlie, and of course he was one of the gentlemen from Livingston Parish that actually won the skipper on Gilligan's Island. You know, a little trivia-thon in there. And I don't know if y'all remember that series, but he did win the skipper. He also held the fastest time across the Gulf of Mexico, I believe, to the Bahamas, and the cigarette boat way back, I believe, in the 80s. And I don't know if he still holds that record, but he was the first record holder of that. And he was real big on letting people enjoy the waterways, and of course his second passion was his power boats, and he started the Tickfaw 200 several years ago, and also was very integral in the crew of Tickfaw and the Mardi Gras parades and the Christmas parades, etc., that help the communities come together and celebrate some of our holidays.
Yeah, and Joey Fontenot, he has done a great job keeping that tradition going with the Tickfaw 200. You know, he does a great job, very energetic. If you don't know Joey, you're missing out. He's a treat to be around, but fun guy. That's why people, I think, enjoy coming here. This is and you know what a lot of people don't realize, this is a private place. So he opens his place up for that. People come in a week and a half in advance, start setting up their motorhomes here on his property, and he just treats them to a great time, great hospitality. As we were saying earlier, people around here say, you know, sometimes it's scary how friendly people are here, but right. I think that's what they like, and that's why they keep coming back.
And of course, all the restaurants, the gas stations, they run out of fuel, they run out of ice. Thousands of people embark on this area, and it's always the first weekend in May, so make sure you mark your calendar, see some of these boats. There's a lot of places in Livingston Parish that you can actually drive your car to and watch those boats, watch the boats go by.
And I would like to say, you don't have to have a boat to be a part of the Tickfaw 200 poker run. You could buy hand, you could drive to the places in your car, the ones that aren't on the river, but there are stops you can do that.
That's right, but there's also stops right here in Livingston Parish only accessible by boats. Blind River Bar, the Prop Stop, etc. They are listed as Livingston Parish businesses, and so that's something that's kind of unique to certain places. And once again, you know, you have places where you go out to there's actually three beaches out in Lake Maurepas that people anchor. It's about waist high. They barbecue there. They do all kind of great things for family fun. Up to 700 boats sometimes for lake bashes. So it's really huge on that.
And also, we'd like to say what Joey does this for. The Tickfaw 200 is for the Marine Diving Division for the Sheriff's Office, Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office. So he donates thousands of dollars a year to that cause. So they really appreciate what he does for them.
Yeah. Well, in a little bit we'll go and we'll see some more of these waterways, kind of wrapping up on the Blood River. I believe you'll see some of the magnificent houses at one time that were probably just a few makeshift camps and tents, and now you'll see in 2000 and above some of these $1 million houses. So.
Yeah, we are still in Louisiana. When you see them, we're not in California. That is still Livingston Parish, so you'll see some beautiful houses.
That's right. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Our guide for today on our beautiful waterways right here in Livingston Parish, Tickfaw River, where we went up the Blood River. And Ken, of course, is with Gator Tracks. And Ken, tell us a little bit about how Gator Tracks started and some of the things that y'all do.
I don't think you have time for that whole story, but the short version of it is there's three of us that own the business, myself and Alan Wall and David Porter. And we started as friends that met at church right here in Livingston Parish. And we started the business about 14 years ago. And we started out slow, a few boats a year, 12 one year, 120 the next, and we build about all we can do now, which is about 300, 350 boats a year on a good year. And a lot what limits us is the fact that it's a double-edged sword that we love so much is we customize boats. So people come to us and they can get a boat built any way that they want it. and they like that. They like that, and then they get a good quality hull that is backed by a lifetime warranty. And we have been very blessed. The good Lord's blessed us, even when we don't deserve it. He blesses us.
Right.
And we've gotten in with a Bass Pro there in Denham Springs.
A huge move. I can remember that when they opened.
That was a big deal for us. And it's opened. We're in about 27 Tracker and Bass Pro locations across the country, from California to New York. So it's been great. And of course, we love it. And this is, we're all from here. We all call this place home, and we all recreate here. We work here, go to school, kids, and all here. So. We're just glad to be out here and doing this for you.
You know, I travel a good bit with tourism, and sometimes even out of the country a little bit. And for me to pick up a boating magazine or a fishing magazine and to see gator tracks right there.
It still amazes me too.
And what I call South Springfield, because they are kind of back in the woods.
That's right.
But it really, you know, gives me an air of pride. And like I said, I can remember when Bass Pro picked you guys up, you know, for Bass Pro, this huge organization.
Absolutely.
To pick, they probably had what, over 1,000 boat
telling.
manufacturers to pick from, and you guys went out there, you proved yourself, and of course it goes to show the people of Louisiana and especially Livingston Parish that are so adamant and so joyful about the blessings that we have here on our waterways and in Livingston Parish.
We've had a great time doing it, and we have plans to expand the business. We work on that every year. We're working on it now. We've just expanded and built a brand new building this year, hiring more people. Hired 2 yesterday.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You know, it's
economic growth right here in Livingston Parish.
It's growing. We're up to about 32 employees now.
That is wonderful.
So we started out with just the 3 of us. We did it all, you know, and you know, we've been able to be fortunate enough to employ our family. Some of our wives and children. I have a 15-year-old daughter who started there 3 weeks ago when school let out for her first job. So it's a blessing all the way around. We enjoy it and love it. And if anybody wants to see what we do, we have a really big website. It's got over 3,500 pictures on it, GatorTracksBoats.com.
GatorTracksBoats.com. And of course, I think we even have a link. If not, we'll put a link, LivingstonTourism.com. And of course, we want to once again thank you, Kent, for taking your Friday and this beautiful boat. And of course, we're going to be looking for you and your family to replace Duck Dynasty. I guess we'll call it Gator Tracks Boat Dynasty.
Right, wouldn't that be nice?
Make sure you come see us at the next Livingston Parish reality show shoot.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you,
My
man.
pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
I'm here at one of the beautiful restaurants right here located in Livingston Parish. You know, the restaurants have fresh seafood right here at Tin Lizzie's, overlooking the beautiful Tickfall River. In the background over here is the Highway 22 bridge. Boofalou's right there. So this is a main gathering place for a lot of recreational boaters. They do have bands here, as a lot of the other places on weekends. And of course, it's a good meeting place to bring family and friends. As we go through the summer, we need some cold water, or they have lemonade and of course root beers. And right now we're going to go up into Tin Lizzie's right here. This has been a staple in the community since the early 80s, I believe. And of course, they are surrounded by other marinas. We just left Blood River Marina, and there's a couple of other private marinas around here. So check out our webpage, LivingstonTourism.com, and you can find out about the other great restaurants and watering holes, and of course your boat launches, etc. on LivingstonTourism.com.
Colin and Lawrence Lynn are the actual owner, and my wife and I, Leah, we've been managing it for them now for quite some time, and we opened June 14th of '86. We serve everything from steak and seafood. We got local alligator. You can come by boat, motorcycle, car. We open on Fridays from 5 to 10 in the restaurant, 5 to 10 Saturdays, and we have live music 9 to 1 on Saturdays. We open at noon on Sundays, noon to 9, and we have live music from 5 to 9 on Sunday afternoons. On a good sunny day, you can see, I mean, quite a few different sizes of boats. You know, they've got them all from bateaus up to your big yachts that come over from New Orleans, as far as Biloxi, Mandeville, and then all local boaters.
We are here at the mouth of Marpaw and Tickfaw River, beautiful Lake Marpaw. It's a great day out here, real smooth. But I want to talk a little bit about the Marpaw Wildlife Management Area. For you hunters, there are over now, once was 68,000. I believe they've added more land to that for people to come enjoy, hunt, white-tailed deer, squirrel, rabbit, whatever. I mean, you probably find things in there that nobody knows about. So it's a great place to be. Also, I want to talk a little bit about the way of life. People down here, not only for tourism, but people live off the land down here and the water. Trout lines, fishing, crabbing, skins, different animal skins. So it is, people can live off the natural resources we have here in our parish are tremendous. You may see behind me, as we're talking, you might see a big fish jump behind me or whatever, but it's a great place to be, have fun, and also a great place to live. Like I said, the natural resources. Over I-55, we got over there Man Shack. So you come out to the mouth right here, you could travel around the world really from Livingston. A lot of people don't realize how many rivers we have, but I mean, you could travel, come out here, go to Lake Pontchartrain, out to the Gulf, and go around the world. So it's a great place. We have some jet skiers coming by. They're enjoying the day. Out here is where the lake bash goes on. There's a few sandbars that people enjoy on the weekends. Bands come out. Like we said, boats from all over this region, Mandeville, New Orleans, they come over and enjoy the fun we have out on the lake bash. Bring the family out, enjoy the sandbars. It's a shallow lake, so you can bring the kids out. It's about waist deep in a lot of places. Bring the kids out, have a good time. Go tubing, skiing, see a few people eat some water. I definitely will whenever I ski. It's an adventure, but it's a great time. We are here at the public boat launch on Highway 22 right next to Boopaloo's, and you can see Tin Lizzie's over here over on my right shoulder. This is home of the Redneck Regatta. We just had our second annual Redneck Regatta put on by Alicia Gleber with the Livingston Parish News, and it was a huge success. We had a little rain the weekend before when it was supposed to go on May 31st, but we had to move it to June 7th. But we still had a great time. A lot of boats, I believe over 20 boats showed up, a few hundred people. Had a good time. Boopaloo's did a great job. We appreciate them letting us use their place here and come in and enjoy the cool weather. But this boat launch here, we have a pumping station that's really nice. I believe it's the only public boat launch here in Livingston Parish. So right on Highway 22, the big bridge on Tickfaw River, it's right there, right beside it. So come unload your boat, go out and have a good time on the river. Just come relax. If you don't like to fish, you don't like to hunt, just come out on the boat, sit back, enjoy it, enjoy the scenery, and have a good time. But we just like everyone to come out and see us here at Livingston Parish. Visit our website, livingstonTourism.com, Facebook, social media, Twitter. We also want to thank Gator Tracks for allowing us to come out and use one of their beautiful boats. First time I've ever been on it, and it was a great ride, smooth. Beautiful boat, so give them guys a call if you need a boat. Come out and enjoy the water. Kent, we just want to thank you again for coming out, spending half your day Friday. We want to thank Gator Tracks, Kent with Gator Tracks, coming out and doing this for us. We really appreciate you partnering up with us, with tourism, Livingston Parish Tourism, to make this happen.
Well, like I say, man, this is home to us, all of my partners and I and our families, and we live here, we recreate here, everything I told you earlier. We're glad to be a part of promoting the parish any way that we can.
Well, absolutely. We love to see our local people do well in business, and we're here to help promote that. So once again, we thank you and appreciate it, and hopefully we can do this again and come out and just do a little fishing and have some fun.
If you need to call on us again, you're welcome to.
Absolutely. We thank you.
Thank you, JT.
we're about to launch here down at Black Lake Club. We have the sheriff's office that has graciously loaned us one of their boats, and I believe Sheriff Tony Edwards is going to be taking us out on a little tour today of Blind River. Going to go out to Diversion Canal, check out a few of the restaurants in different areas, but we'd like to thank them for helping us out on this excursion that we're doing today. As you can see out here, we have plenty of boats already on a Friday afternoon. A lot of people coming. Going to enjoy the weekend here down on the river in Livingston Parish. We have boats from all over, all over the state, and you see some different boats from other states as well. It's a big industry down here. Also, one thing that's really big is the movie industry. Movie industry is huge, blowing up all over South Louisiana, Louisiana in general, Livingston Parish. We have John Schneider just opened a studio in Holden, Louisiana. We feel like it's going to be big for our whole area and bring more exposure to that industry. And we get calls and emails all the time for different movies, shooting different spots. Scouts are looking for areas to shoot. So we have the swamps, the rivers are great places to shoot. We also have wooded areas all over the place in the parish. The Antique District is a great place to shoot films, also to shop. A lot of festivals going on over there in Denham Springs. So we have a lot going on, and hopefully when we get out here on this boat, we'll show you a few more of the beautiful scenery we have here in the parish.
Hey, it's Eric Edwards, and we're here at a favorite watering hole right here in Livingston Parish, right at the intersection of Blind River and the Diversion Canal. Blind River Bar has been here quite a number of years, and we're fortunate to have it for families to come here. They can eat, listen to live music, and Anthony Gregoire is the general manager here. Anthony, tell us a typical weekend, some of the things that y'all do.
Wow, we open up at about 9:30 every Saturday and Sunday. We have we have from 14-foot bateaus to $1.5 million speedboats that pull up here.
Right.
It's a diverse crowd. It's very family oriented. Like I said, we're at the corner of Blind River and Diversion Canal. I tell people if this piece of property was sitting at the corner of Range in Florida Boulevard in Denham Springs, there'd be a Walgreens sitting on it.
Sure.
So,
or a Walmart.
That's it. So we're here with we're lucky enough where Walgreens can't sell enough here. So.
That's right. One of the things that people brag about, and one of the reasons they come here, is the shade, and of course the fans and the shade, air conditioning on the huge inside. Even have a kids room for the kids that have video games in there. And so if you're coming to get out of the shade, get a sandwich, a burger, fries, things of that nature. At times the kitchen is open. Do you have some of that information on your website?
Everything's on our website. It's blindriverbar.com.
Okay.
Our menu is on the website, but we have from hamburgers to fish tacos to things
Sure.
for the kids, corn dogs, chicken nuggets and all that. But we have a full bar. We also have the kids room, like you said, with
Right.
the Xboxes in there for the kids, and it's all free games. There's no charge for the kids. It's something for them to
great.
get relief off the heat and let mom and them cool down a little bit too.
Sure. One of the reasons we partner with them in tourism, they bring us 3 or 4 namesake festivals and tournaments. They just had the frogging tournament, I believe. And how big was the frog that won that?
2 pounds, 2 ounces.
2
and actually
pounds?
it was tied. First place was tied. And that was a very, very big frog.
Woo. And of course in August we have the Garfish Rodeo. And of course these waters, they light up from here all the way to Manshack, all the way up in northern Livingston Parish to see who can get the biggest gar, and also the top 10 of the...
We weighed the top 10.
Weigh the top 10?
Top weight. And then Blind River Bar gives $1,000 to the heaviest, biggest garfish.
Right. And of course, they've sponsored a lot of things. I think y'all just helped with the cleanup, the Riverway cleanup, which was a joint venture with both Ascension Parish and Livingston Parish. We appreciate y'all working with that. And of course, having this thriving business. I believe y'all do some corporate parties, things of that nature. So
Yes.
If you need to get in touch with Anthony, you can go to the webpage. I'm sure y'all probably have an information link on there. And once again, we want to thank y'all for having this establishment and helping the tourists to have a place to go. And they do travel all the way from New Orleans. I'm sure you probably had some some what they call stragglers come up even from the Gulf Shores and places
I haven't,
like that?
I haven't come in. In fact, I got a couple coming in. We have our cabins now that we started renting.
Okay, great.
So I get a lot of phone calls.
And of course, Tickfall 200, we have
Tickfall
all
200,
people
we
from
had-
Canada, California,
I think there was 32 states represented.
32 states, the largest one now in the nation. So, Joey at Blind River, Blood River has surpassed even the big boys in Texas and Florida. So we're very proud right here in Livingston Parish.
Yeah, we had 20 of them from Beaumont that stayed here.
Right.
And they stayed the whole weekend with us
Okay.
from Thursday on, and they said they go all over. They've never experienced anything like that.
And I believe that's why it builds every year. That thing is building because of places like this and other places right here on the waterway. So once again, Anthony Gregoire, thank y'all for
Thank you.
being a part of Livingston Parish.
It's always our pleasure.
And if y'all can get a friend that's got a boat or somebody that's got a boat and come visit us right here at the corner of the Diversion Canal and Blind River. We've docked right here by Kevin's Seafood, one of the fine seafood restaurants and steak restaurants right here on the Diversion Canal, which, if you know the diversion, it was made back in the 50s to go from the Amite River all the way to the Blind River to relieve flooding. With this development in the last 20 years has just boomed. $1 million houses, first class restaurants, and of course they have some boat launches down here, a little ways down the diversion right here. And also this is a gateway to a lot of watering holes and places like fitness places, doctor's office, etc. Right over this bridge right here goes into all of this is considered head of island, and goes into Bryan's Supermarket right there, which you can find select cut meats, vintage bottles of wine, etc. A little bit over to our west we find the villages of Port Vincent and French Settlement, which has a lot of history from the Acadians, from the Germans, Bavarian, etc. And some great places to see for your family. French Settlement has a museum there, and of course Port Vincent has the river that flows through that goes right up to the Ascension Parish line. So right here, we're right in the middle of it. We're going to go in here and get us some world-class seafood and see what they have to offer. We're right here at Canal Bank. It's right here by head of island by the I-22 bridge, Highway 22 bridge, which is part of our scenic highway. Canal Bank is known mostly for their Sunday afternoon bands. This parking lot will be filled with dancers from all over South Louisiana, Tangipahoa, Ascension. They come here to pass a good time. And of course, they've shot some movies here, and they have some big bass tournaments here. So really a big gathering place and boat launch for people that want to get right here on the diversion. Head to either Lake Maurepas, Blind River, or upstream to the other part of the Amite. Also a favorite watering hole. They do have food here, and one of the many great restaurants here in Livingston Parish, right by our scenic byway, Highway 22. For more information on all of this, of course, you need to visit our webpage. It's livingstontourism.com, and we'll show you all the great restaurants, places to go, places to be at for all of your summer fun. Visit livingston.com. As we wrap up this part of the show, I really want to thank Livingston Parish Sheriff Jason Ard, of course, our guide and host today, Mr. Tony Edwards. Tony, tell us what it's like a little bit on weekends around here. You're with the River Patrol, and tell us what it's like on the weekend.
It's very busy down here on the waters on the weekends. Our primary thing is safety. Takes us less than a minute to stop a boat, make sure they got the proper paperwork, life jackets and equipment they use. It's just boating education mainly. And we work well with Wildlife Fisheries and other surrounding parishes and their agencies.
And once again, you know, the waterways are such a huge part of our lives here in Livingston Parish. We're very blessed to have your organization and, of course, the other ones. And they're here to help the boaters, to help the tourists, etc., to make sure they have a good time and they're prepared for their all-day boating ventures. And, of course, the Sheriff's Department also works very closely with tourism on litter patrol and a lot of other worthwhile projects right here in Livingston Parish. Thank you, Tony, for showing us around today and being a part of tourism. And thank you, Sheriff Ward, for allowing us to participate and use your boat.